right, thank you, Dr. Talley. So I would like to give a quick update. Well, it's not I don't know if it's a quick update or not, but certainly an update. So not only have we been working on, the instructional side of the house when it comes to the month of May, but as you know, this has been an incredibly challenging time for our seniors. I think this board probably can appreciate that maybe more than anybody, with Ms. Garrison, Dr. Powers, and Anne Marie, Ms. Green, with all seniors. And so you live with this every single day. And so we have worked really hard over the month of May to plan and create opportunities for our seniors to celebrate their work, to celebrate their energy, to celebrate their achievement, and to recognize and mark this momentous occasion in their lives. And to be able to do that in a time of social distancing has taken quite a bit of creativity. But we've done a lot of work with that. I do want to sort of start from the end of my presentation, and I'll work my way back. I don't want to bury the lead too much, but we did create a task force that really brought together the people at each high school that were the real creative. I guess I can say that I'm no longer part of that young crowd, but we have some of those young assistant principals. One of them will be presenting here in the next few minutes, that have lots of great creative ideas about how they can celebrate our young people. And some great examples of that today. I know signs will be rolling out. Yard signs have been going out this week. I saw a couple of Lexington High School, Gilbert High School, and River Bluff High School signs already out. So those signs will be rolling out over the next week or so to celebrate our seniors. Social media frames have also rolled out where people can talk about their senior and brag on them that way as well. So we've got a lot of things happening over the month of May. I do want to point out one important day is that we're going to celebrate. A lot of that celebration is going to come through the week of May 18th. And really the plans are pretty consistent across the board. And the big day of May 18th would be 5/20/20 at 8:20, because that's the military time for 2020. I did not know that. Someone else came up with that idea. We actually collaborated with our other districts here in Lexington to do that as a county-wide event. And so we're excited about that. But I do appreciate our communications team. I think that originated with us, and it's exciting to get a lot of energy around that celebration. So that's going to be a big week of celebrations.
What is that event called? Did you call the name?
It's going to be Glow for Grads. And so we're going to turn the lights on. We're going to have people driving through campus. We're going to have things taking place throughout the entire week. Events and things taking place at the school, obviously socially distanced and all that kind of stuff. And at the same time, that night will culminate in some pretty big activities. I think there may be senior athletes being recognized that week as well. And because lots of people didn't get to have their senior night either. We're gonna do a senior night. Some schools may be doing that the same night. It may be different, but they're gonna.
Ms. Hill, aren't we asking community homes to turn on their lights too? Like everything, we want the whole county lit up, right?
Everything. We're asking businesses, the county. Every district is circulating the information. Harrison Cahill at the county has it, who's the public information officer for the county. So we're circulating that information everywhere and asking anyone and everyone who has a light of any kind to participate.
So we're excited, and I think it's exciting to get the business involved because we are a community. This is a community of learners. We don't exist in a vacuum, and so it's nice to get our community involved. So those are some big celebration stuff. So I didn't want to bury the lead.
Can I ask one thing about the Glow Night? We need to make sure somebody is tuned into one of the satellites that'll get a space image of Lexington County illuminated. It might be cool to see that from space.
That'd be cool. All right, maybe we'll look into that. You have a NSA security clearance or something we need to know about?
Hang on, I'll text them right now.
Okay.
Tim, might as well get right on that.
So as you can imagine, there have been lots of excitement, lots of trepidation about graduation and about the need to be able to celebrate our seniors in a way that, again, recognizes their accomplishments and hard work, but also at the same time, we're living in a new reality and are working through what it means to be socially distant and to be socially responsible with that type of event, because we have quarantined ourselves for some time, and we want to make sure that we're acting in a responsible manner for that, because I think we owe that to our community, we owe that to our families, we owe that to our students, to try to do both of those things. We surveyed our seniors, and really overwhelmingly the theme to that, we purposefully made that survey open-ended because we didn't want to limit the number of choices that people had. We really wanted to open it up. One of the themes that really jumped out from that survey is that the class wanted to do something together. They wanted to do something as a class. And, there are lots of ideas associated with that, but that was one of the big things that we took away from that and said, if we are going to celebrate graduation, we want to make sure that our kids can do it together. These young people can celebrate that together. I know there was a statewide call recently, and students in that statewide call expressed very similar feelings that really some of these other celebrations, and our student advisory council actually mentioned that, is that some of those other celebrations were fantastic, but if they couldn't really do something together, I think I think from their end it really diminished the overall celebration. So we have discussed this ceremony at length. We have walked through a number of scenarios. But our goal, and I want to be clear about this, our goal was to create the most authentic experience possible while also working to protect the people who are attending the event and to protect our community at large. So before we go forward, I just want to be clear about that. An authentic experience while that also protects the people at the event and the community at large. So as a result of all of this conversation and work, we are going to have a modified commencement ceremony for each high school, and it will take place in each school's football stadium. We will live stream these 8 a.m. ceremonies. Every ceremony will begin at 8 a.m. on a different date. But we're going to live stream the events for the graduates' families. And in order for that to happen, each graduate will receive 2 admission tickets. So we are going to limit the number of people who can attend, but we will not only live stream the event, we will actually post and capture it on our website later. And we are also going to mail each graduate a DVD of the event. So we think that'll be a nice keepsake for them. All participants and guests, we're going to, our focus is going to be strict social distancing guidelines, and how that looks on May the 27th when these kick off. That's what we're going to work on. That will involve masks. It will involve, specific points of entry. It's going to involve, hand sanitizer, temperature checks, all of those things, the best practices associated with keeping people safe. We're going to have assigned seating, and we're going to work through that process, and the seats will be 36 square foot, so we'll keep people separate. And we will be utilizing, as we've looked at the solutions for this, we will be utilizing a lot of the square footage of that place. But we do believe that the students, it's important to recognize our students. They will cross the stage in their traditional caps and gowns, honor stoles, all those things, the cords and what that looks like. We're going to have a videographer to capture that walk to really up close and personal. So if you're looking at it at home, you're actually going to have a better seat in the house than you would what we normally have at the Colonial Life Center or arena when we do it traditionally. But at the conclusion of the ceremony, we'll be working and really working with our staff so we're going to stage people in and we'll stage people out to try to keep them as safe as possible. And that's the kind of stuff that we're working on. Again, we're doing a lot of things the week before at that senior week. So the picture that gets made, we'll have an opportunity for the student and their family to get a picture when they're cap and gown, where they're going to have that, at the school, kind of in an iconic place at the school, on the football stadium. It depends on kind of each school by school, but we'll be able to have that graduation picture the week before, and then we'll be working through. So here's the schedule. Pillion High School will graduate on the 27th of May. Gilbert High School will take place May 28th. White Knoll High School will take place Friday, May 29th. And then the following week, Monday the 1st, will be Lexington High School, and Wednesday the 3rd will be River Bluff. All of these ceremonies are going to take place at 8 a.m. And at the same time, we'll have some weather makeup days just in case. So this is an all or nothing event. We will not have an indoor option. We are going to try to do it as we can. And so we have a number of days built in. It's why we're moving it to the 27th, so we can have plenty of time to make way for weather. Now, hopefully we'll have the gorgeous weather that we've had for the last month. But of course, as you know, what will happen in Murphy's Law, it'll rain every day. But so we've got some options for that as well. So I'm certainly able to answer any questions you may have about it, or have someone here be able to do that. But this is the result of a lot of energy and effort. And I think when we come back to our goal, an authentic experience that also protects our community, I think we've achieved that outcome.
Well, Dr. Little, as a mother of a senior that has been just a ray of sunshine at my house through all of this, I know how much work you and your staff and the school level administrators have put into this. And I can echo what you heard from the students. No matter what I mentioned to her about a possible graduation ceremony, if it didn't include her whole class and look like what she imagined graduation was going to look like, it wasn't acceptable. And I really feel like y'all have massaged this and talked about it and figured out the best, given the circumstances, the best way to make this happen. And I'm delighted that the classes are going to get to do this together, because all of us that are, well past high school graduation, you look back and you realize that, graduation is the last time you'll see some of those people. That you may be very close to them now, but even 6 months from now, when you have started college and you've gone, or you're in the military, or you're in the workplace and you've gone on to the next phase of your life, the high school stuff kind of falls away. But it's so important for these kids to get this experience and get this memory and celebrate that they've been together for 13 years and they've been through a lot, especially the last 6 weeks. And so the fact that y'all have worked so hard to give them something that I think is really going to be special, I just really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And kudos to the fact that you included the students in all of this decision making too. I know for some of the districts that did not work out so well, they forgot to do that. So good job, sir.
So if there's nothing else, we will move on. So we are going to have an exciting month of celebration. So board, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to alert Cheryl as soon as possible about which of these graduations you will be able to attend. Again, recognizing that these now are over 5 days. And I know many of you have very busy schedules, so I certainly understand if you can't make all 5 of them. But we do need to know, we do need to get some clarification of whether or not you're going to be there, because we begin the logistical planning of the chairs and everything else tomorrow, and we need to make sure that we account for every single chair that's going to be had. So if you would please, at your earliest convenience, and by earliest convenience, if that could be tomorrow, we would greatly appreciate it. Just alert Cheryl of whether or not which graduations your schedule will allow you to attend.